Pickle, let's go to the hotline, and let's welcome in the head coach of the 7-0 Hitchcock Bulldogs. We go down to Galveston County to chat with Coach Craig Smith. Coach Smith, how are you?
Doing fine. How y'all doing today?
Excellent. How are things in beautiful Hitchcock, Texas?
They're going well. A lot of people in town are excited about this Friday's game with Columbus, and just trying to prepare for it.
Well, you mentioned the big game against Columbus. I do want to ask you about that, but this is a team that has really played exceptionally well to start the year at 7-0. Did you this is it's not like you guys booked some walkovers in non-district play. I'm interested now that you're 7 weeks in and 7 wins in. Did you anticipate being off to this kind of start before the season?
Well, I guess there's probably a couple reasons we kind of scheduled the non-district schedule the way we did. One was, our district is sometimes it's like a murderer's row going against Columbus and Hallettsville and Yoakum. And even if you go back all the way back to 2011, everybody in our district has been to the state championship game, Hempstead included. Mm-hmm. And Columbus, they've been to the semifinals and quarterfinals. So, I mean, it's a tough district. We have to play some quality non-district opponents just to get ready. And then not to mention when you go in the first round of the playoffs and you're playing District 11.
Most certainly. I mean, it's very difficult to navigate through not only your non-district schedule, but also your district schedule. This is a program that's 7-0 for the first time since 1996. Have you sensed, like, within the program and within the room that a kind of a build, and maybe even within the community, like a building excitement about this team that, hey, we might have a little something special here?
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the community that's excited for the season we're having. But, we kind of believe in the 10,000 hour rule here. And, the more you do something, the better you get. And we're always talking to our kids about competing. It doesn't matter what sport. It doesn't have to be football. And, good thing about you brought up about the community. A lot of our kids, they played together since they were 5 years old, especially a lot of these sophomores and juniors that we have, which most of our team, we're 16 out of 22 starters are underclassmen. So these kids have played a long time together. We have a lot of people in the community that's invested in them, not, from, Little League football, our Red Raider program, to, our basketball and our track programs. We got a lot of people in the community that really have helped these kids along the way. So, we're excited, but a lot of these kids, like I said, they've had success since they were very young, and kind of translated this past summer when we were state champions in 7-on-7. Mm-hmm. And if you go back to March, we made it to the state basketball tournament, starting 2 freshmen and a sophomore, which are, kids that are on our football team right now. So, we're really excited, and it's kind of more of a community effort here.
We're talking with Craig Smith, the head coach of the Hitchcock Bulldogs here on Texas Football Today. Get involved with the conversation at hashtag TF Today. All right, Coach, you mentioned the 7-on-7 tournament. We've kind of talked around here about that. That was the first chance we really got a chance to get some eyes on your guys, especially for such a young group. Do you feel like that 7-on-7 state championship there in the Division II bracket, do you feel like that has had like a kind of a buoying effect that's kind of launched you guys into the season you guys are having?
Right, definitely. I guess, on some of your other shows, you've always talked about where, there's some coaches that, don't put a whole lot of stock into 7-on-7, and there's some that do. And we're in the camp that do. We believe in it. We've hosted a state qualifying tournament here for a number of years. We really enjoy it. Our kids enjoy it. Our fans enjoy it. They love going up to College Station for the state tournament. And we take it as a big thing. And I do feel 7-on-7 is important. And I think the proof's in the pudding. If you look around at a lot of NFL quarterbacks that are from the state of Texas.
Okay, so one of the guys who led you to that 7-on-7 state championship, and now has you guys off at 7-0 is one of those sophomores, one of those underclassmen, and Lloyd Jones III. This kid is. I'll just tell you as just a neutral observer, this kid is fun to watch. He is a dynamo out there. You're the guy who sees him in practice and in the classroom and around school. What is it about your quarterback, Lloyd Jones, that makes him special?
Well, he's a great kid, works extremely hard. He don't look for a lot of attention. He's very low-keyed. He's very calm. Probably the most confident player on our team, keeps quiet and just goes and does his job.
The other side of this that I think has been really impressive for you guys is that, in non-district play, you guys have had a couple of games that were really tight, that you guys had to contend late. I look at that game against Salado there where you played a neutral site in Bryan. I go back to East Bernard. I know that's an 0-6 team, but that is a much better than their record indicates 0-6 team. Do you feel like, that to me, winning close games strikes me as the kind of thing you see from veteran ball clubs. Do you feel like these youngsters are growing up maybe quicker than people may have thought?
Oh, definitely. Like every little challenge, a lot of times, especially coaches, they'll understand that, when you have a change of routine, whether you play on a Thursday night, which most 3A schools, they're going to play straight Friday games because, there's usually never a scheduling conflict with stadiums with multi-school districts. But we played on a Thursday night against Lamarck, handled that well. We played Salado and Bryan. We had to meet them halfway because of just the distance, and we played them on a Saturday afternoon. And to win on a Saturday afternoon, the heat was pretty good, and they handled it. And those might look like little things to, the casual football fan, but for a coach, overcoming the normal routine, getting outside of the box is huge, and they've handled those things extremely well.
Well, there's nothing routine about what's coming down the pike tomorrow. You guys are traveling to Columbus to take on the number 2 ranked Columbus Cardinals, a matchup of unbeatens there in 3A Division I. And I know that you guys have been coming up with the game plan. When you take a look at what you guys are going to be up against tomorrow against Columbus, what are you guys going to need to do to get the win?
Well, we're going to have to move the ball well. On defense, we're going to have to stop their running game. Mm-hmm. I know their quarterback's thrown for a lot, but they got a big back. They got a really good offensive line. They like to control the ball. We're gonna have to stop their run game and force them to throw, and hopefully we can do pretty well in that.
And finally, Coach, you've been at Hitchcock as the head coach for 11 seasons now. You were on the staff before then. I'm interested in how you've seen this program change over the course of your tenure there. You've been down there in Galveston County for a minute, and I'm interested in how recognizable maybe this program is from the one that you arrived at those years ago.
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit. The coach that I coached with for a lot of years, he was my high school coach here, Gary Carney. Mm-hmm. I played for him here at Hitchcock. And so a lot of times, a lot of the coaches that we have here on our staff played for me here. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's more of a family atmosphere. We got a lot of coaches that love and care about our program. And but yeah, it has grown because the community's invested in our program. I think we have a pretty nice stadium for a 3A, and I'd put our field house up against anybody around. It's a really beautiful facility. We just passed a bond issue getting our baseball field and softball fields turfed, and it's a growing community. We're experiencing some growth right now, as well as a lot of people in the northern Galveston County area, and it has grown a lot. And like I said, it goes back to a lot of our former players. They run our little league programs and they invest. So it's a big community investment. That's probably what I'm most proud of, that we got a lot of people that stick around and help us grow, help our kids grow and become better people. And that's probably what I'm most proud of.
It's going on tomorrow night. Matchup of unbeatens in Columbus as the Hitchcock Bulldogs travel to take on the Columbus Cardinals, and their head coach, Craig Smith, will be at the helm. Coach, we sure appreciate your time. Congratulations again on the fantastic start, and go get them tomorrow night.
Hey, thank you, and thank y'all for everything y'all do for Texas high school football.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
All right, bye-bye.
There he goes. Craig Smith, head coach, Hitchcock Bulldogs.
I mean, come on. If they weren't my darling team before this,
So here's the thing.
what about Coach Smith? He's amazing.
He's great. It's great. That was the first time I met him in person. There was at 7 on 7.
7-on-7, yeah.
And that's he's got the thing is, like, if you want a look at what 3A Division 1 is going to look like for the next couple of years, because both Columbus and Hitchcock are very young.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to be in it. And if I didn't have to, like, so Hitchcock's down in Galveston County, like it's on the ocean, right?
Yeah, like, hi. So, facilities tour. Mallory and I have a date in Hitchcock at the Field House sometime this offseason.
I was looking on this because, I'm looking at the map, and, like, I was going to say, man, I wonder how long it takes to get to Hitchcock. And then you, like, look, and it's like, oh, like the Harbor Walk Community Yacht Club and Marina has an address in Hitchcock.
See you soon, Hitchcock.
This is. She's gonna get if they.
I mean, I got to go down there to handle Texan Live stuff, so I might as well just.
If they beat Columbus tomorrow night, you're gonna come back. She's gonna have the guns out again. She's gonna have an H tattoo over there.
No, and then what's inevitably gonna happen is if they were to meet up with Lano in the state semifinal, I would be so torn in so many ways.
It's gonna be tough.
I mean, I can't lose technically at that point, but go. Yeah, I've got a vetted interest in Hitchcock.
Craig Smith, head coach of the Hitchcock
Columbus.
excited for them. There's a big game, and I know that community is really fired up for them. So it should be a fun game between Hitchcock and Columbus. I think we have a reporter going down there.
We sure do.
Shelby?
I can't remember, but I would assume so. Shelby is primarily our Southeast Texas gal, so I think so.
I want to say she's going to be there. Anyway, so
I'm jealous. Good for her.